job offer or multiple job offers for that matter, right? And this is something which I have, from years of experience and asking so many friends of mine who have made multiple, job hopping, throughout the years. They've changed multiple jobs and careers throughout the years. And this is my advice, and I hope it helps you out, right? Number one, here's the scenario, right? Like you are looking out and you have given interviews, you have given like 3 4 5 interviews, or tab jaake aapko you have gotten like one offer, right? And when you get that one offer, you're super excited. You're like, yeah, I got an offer, finally I got an offer, and so on and so forth, right? And then you are like, okay, what is the first thing that you're going to check? You're going to be like, okay, I'm earning 100 rupees now, they're offering me 140 rupees, which is like, okay, 40% ka hike. Basically, I'm giving you like basic math, right? And then you're like, wow, I got like a 40% hike, this is amazing, मैं वही काम कर रहा हूँ, उसी का 40% hike मिलेगा, fantastic, yeah, I'm gonna, go ahead and I'm gonna accept it. This is the most, simplistic way of going about things when, choosing a job, which most people do in this country. But I personally feel in India, we generally need people to have a much more nuanced way, a much more sophisticated way of evaluating a job offer, right? And what happens, especially when there are multiple job offers. Now, imagine you have given like 7 8 interviews, आपका 2 या 3 clear हो जाता है उसमें. You get 2 to 3 job offers. Now, what exactly are you going to do? Personally, I have been in this situation quite a few times where I'm like, okay, I have multiple job offers, which is the one that I need to take, right? And sometimes I made the wrong decision, and sometimes I've made like the perfect decision I could have made, right? And I wanted you to understand how I went about it, and hopefully it helps you guys out also, right? So number one, the moment you get a job offer, right, or multiple job offers, what you're going to do is, my advice is, of course you're going to look at the salary, but not so easily, right? The first thing you need to ask yourself is, okay, how does this job, if I take up this job, how does it help me in the next 6 months, in the next 5 years, in the next 15 years? Okay, you need to have like a long term strategy, a mid term strategy, and a short term strategy. Okay, you need to have something which is like कि जो मैं कर रहा हूँ, okay, it's a decision. Remember, once you take a job, so many things change. It's a very important thing that you're doing. Do not take it lightly. Okay, do not take it lightly when you're choosing a job, because it could make or break, your immediate present and immediate future. Okay, your current present obviously, and your immediate future. Be very careful. I've taken wrong decisions. I've ended up in jobs and in profiles where I'm like, shit yaar, मैं गलती गया था, मत्ती मारी गई थी the day I decided to take up this profile. Even like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done, and getting out of it is also extremely difficult. And while you're at it, sometimes you won't even realize, when you're at a company for a long time, it will even impact your future, because they'll be like, ये साले ये company में क्या कर रहा था? Why were you in that place for so long, in that role for so long, right? Like, उसका तो नाम खराब है ये जगह का. What exactly were you doing over there? इतना टाइम वो इसी रोल में थे आप. So you have to understand those things, right? You need to ask yourself the moment you get a job offer, like I did, right? I got a job offer. I'm like, okay, I got a job offer for, say, product marketing, right? Because I'm a product marketer, and suddenly I have to be like, okay, is this something, when I join this company, okay, is this a company which is again in SaaS, which is where I am, software as a service technology, or is this company which is an information technology, IT, or is this product marketing for a B2C company, which is completely different from what I do, because I'm a B2B guy, right? And then you have to ask yourself, okay, is this a promotion on top of in terms of designation, or is this something which is like same role hai bhaiya, aur koi difference nahi hai? Okay, is the brand name better than my current brand name? Is this A brand name better than B brand name? Something of that sort. So you have to ask yourself these things. You have to ask yourself कि immediately if I join, okay, is this a good thing? Immediately मेरे को गरज है क्या इतना job change करने का? That is the number one. Second is like 4 5 years down the line, how will I look back at this decision? Will I look at this favorably or not? Is it taking me ultimately in the right direction, considering my North Star, which is my 10 to 15 year plan? If 15 years down the line, 10 years down the line, I want to be head of marketing or something of that sort, right? I'm just saying, does this take me towards the head of marketing role, which I ultimately want to be, the chief marketing officer that I ultimately want? Or does this really just take me forces me to take a detour, right? And be like, ये कहीं नहीं है भाई, कुछ और बीच में कर रहा था ये आदमी, साइड क्वेस्ट वगैरह कर रहा था. Is this what this job is all about? Or it's like कि यार immediately यार मुझे पैसे की ज़रूरत है अभी के अभी, तो I want to do this, so I will do this. या फिर यहाँ पे बहुत परेशान हो रहा हूँ मैं ये कंपनी में, that is why I want to join any bloody first company that gives me the option. I'm going to take it. I'm not even going to think about it. Trust me, I've done that also in my career, right? So so you have to evaluate based on short term, mid term, and long term prospects. That is the first thing you need to do. Okay, I beg of you, please do that, right? The second thing you need to do is, obviously, you look at the salary. You want to evaluate your current salary, the offered salary. You have to look at, okay, then 3-4 companies are offering you different salaries. You cannot just look at the the biggest and fattest number. Okay, you have to look at it and be like कि okay, ये जो मुझे ऑफर दे रहा है, it's a CTC, right? Cost to company. You can't just look at the shiniest number, the shiniest offer, the biggest number कि अरे मैं अभी 10 लाख कमा रहा हूँ, मुझे अभी इन्होंने 15 लाख ऑफर किया, बट दूसरा कंपनी मुझे सिर्फ 12 लाख ऑफर कर रहा है. बू, लाइक नहीं, 15 लाख इज बेटर देन 12 लाख. लाइक ऑब्वियसली, लाइक स्कूल में पढ़ा था 15 आता है 12 के बाद. सो दैट इज अ वेरी सिंपलिस्टिक वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट थिंग्स. प्लीज डोंट डू दैट. ओके, यू नीड टू लुक एट इट कि ओके, इसमें फिक्स्ड और वेरिएबल कितना है. Even if the variable is good, like you have to ask yourself, okay, variable is fine, is this quarterly payout, is this a monthly payout, is it an annual payout, or is this something which is like a retention bonus sort of a thing, which is like कि आपको तभी मिलेगा अगर आप 1 या 2 साल कंप्लीट करोगे. Okay, same with your ESOPs or something if you're offered that कि okay, what is the vesting period for this, कि मुझे कितना टाइम ये कंपनी में रहना पड़ेगा so that I am able to get these shares, these ESOPs, the chance to buy these ESOPs, right? So you have to keep all of these things in mind. You also need to understand like, okay, यहाँ पे joining bonus मिल रहा है कि नहीं मिल रहा है. So evaluate it in a very sensible manner. Okay, when you look at the money also, so please keep that in mind. Also please go out and check कि भाई ये लोग टाइम पे पगार देते हैं कि नहीं. Because in some companies, because of any or other reason, it could be anything, you don't get paid on time sometimes. I know family members who haven't gotten paid on time, and it hurts when you see your family member like कि यार पैसे नहीं मिल रहे टाइम पे, इनको बोला था पैसे मिलेंगे और पैसे नहीं मिल गए. पूरे मतलब 2-3 महीना काम करा रहे, सैलरी नहीं मिल रहा है. होता है, right? Like, I'm not saying it will happen with you, but if it does, I better hope you have prepared for it, or you have basically just seen it ki in some way or form ki okay, if this happens, what am I going to do, right? The third thing I would request you to do definitely is that you need to look at your risk appetite. Okay, you need to look at it and be like ki, is this company something which is too risky for me, or is this company something which is like like a very easy company to join, like a large corporation, इनको कुछ नहीं होने वाला, and so on and so forth, right? By the way, someone in the comment section just said Indian and laugh emoji. What does that mean, bro? Like, are you trying to be funny or something? Blastoise said hello, hi Blastoise. Saurav Vish is saying, brother, today you came live before time. Yes, because I have a house party that's gonna start. Crazy Diamond is asking, are you racist? Like, bro, what's going on? Some very weird people in the comment section. I'm talking about how to evaluate your job offers, right? So that's the thing. So coming back, look at the risk appetite that you have कि अगर आप ऐसे हो आपके career में that you can essentially be like, I'm fine if I join this startup, कुछ नहीं होगा, मेरे को और दूसरा जॉब में लग जाएगा, I'm young, I don't have many responsibilities, I can take up that job. Okay, but if you are someone, you are 35 years old, you have 2 kids, and you are like कि अभी जाके financially settle हुआ हूँ, and then suddenly it's like you are thinking I'll join a startup. You never know, you never know. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry, but there's someone who's very racist in the comment section, and I really need to remove this person from there. Like, I have some racist people in the chat, which is very extremely unfortunate. But I guess what can I say? Those are the times nowadays. Being Indian online. So look at your risk appetite. If you're young, what is your age? What is your family like? And so on and so forth, right? Like, आपके पास बैंक बैलेंस कितना है, आपके फैमिली के पास बहुत पैसा है तो आप रिस्क ले सकते हो, right? So there are certain and I'm not saying कि don't join a risky company. You can. रिस्क के बिना पैसे कैसे बनेगा? अच्छा पैसा, एक्चुअल पैसा रिस्क के साथ ही बनता है, correct? So but yeah, do you have that risk taking appetite? Should you be taking a risk? And so on and so forth, right? So please evaluate it on that basis also, right? Next thing is like clarity in terms of your roles and responsibilities. Now, if you're looking at multiple offers, you need to understand, okay, कि exactly मुझसे क्या कराने वाले हैं ये लोग. Okay, if I know exactly what they want me to do, then great, fantastic. Like, this is good because I'm mentally prepared. In fact, you could be like physically prepared also, because maybe you have to travel and so on and so forth, right? So you need to really know what are your roles and responsibilities, because you'll be judged on that, you will be evaluated on that, you will be rewarded on that. Okay, or you will be admonished based on that. So keep that in mind, right? So because there are many companies, I've seen this, especially in India, they'll hire you for something, and then they'll get you on board, and then they'll be like, actually, yeah, you're going to do this, which we hired you for. But the remaining, but I think 80% of your job is going to be something else because the team needs you in some other place, the company needs you in some other place. I have seen people's responsibilities being changed overnight within like 2 weeks of them joining the company or 2 months of them joining the company. It's insane. So as much as possible, understand ki what is the actual work that they're going to do. Now I know you can't predict the future, but please ask people inside. पहले ही ज्वाइन करने से पहले you should be having some connects inside as much as possible and be like कि यार कोई दोस्त का कनेक्शन भी निकल गया तो ठीक है, but it is your job, your responsibility to ask these people कि ब्रो सच्ची में क्या है, कंपनी ठीक है, ज्वाइन कर सकता हूँ क्या, मतलब इधर लफड़े कितने हैं. You need to ask it very clearly because if you do not, then you have not done your due diligence. Yeah. एंड देन दिस विल कम टू बाइट यू लेटर ऑन, राइट, कि यार इधर ज्वाइन करा के कुछ भी कराते हैं क्या, या फिर ये टीम में कुछ वाट लगा है क्या, ये टीम में एड्रेशन ज़्यादा है क्या. गो एंड आस्क, shamelessly ask those people. It's okay, nothing, no one's going to do anything to you, right? So folks, it's been 11 minutes. Thank you so much. Many of you are online. Please like the stream. Many people are online. If you like the stream, it really helps with the algorithm. We need to reach 10,000 subscribers and we can do it only with your help. So please, thank you. Right? The next thing is, once you join a company, you need to also understand कि यार ये अगर मैंने job offer लिया, if I take this job offer, what are the chances of me getting promoted within a year and a half? Or is this a company which does not promote people for 4 years? There are so many people I know who are in companies where they are like, bro, even if I build the Eiffel Tower, मैंने Taj Mahal भी बना दिया, they're not going to promote me because according to their rules, we need to finish at least 3 years before we get promoted in this role. Right? So keep that in mind. If are you okay with joining such a company? If you are someone who wants like growth, like immediate growth, if you want like if you're an ambitious person, you are ready to work hard, but if you're in a company which is very slow moving, where you might get stagnated, do not accept that job offer. You should always be trying to join companies where it's like कि हाँ इधर जल्दी growth होगा if I perform well, right? So that is like assuming that is what you want. Or if you are a person like भाई बहुत life में थोड़ा टफ हुआ है, थोड़ा अभी मेरे को थोड़ा चिल लेने का है, अलग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है, मे बी यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ समवन इन द फैमिली, मे बी यू हैव टू देयर आर ओल्ड पीपल, यंग पीपल इन द फैमिली, यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ, probably it's your health that you have to take care of, or you just need a break for a while. Completely fine. Join a place where it's a little slow, but understand that you are responsible for finding out the speed of a place. Okay, remember I told you that you call a person inside, find out, ask them कि भाई क्या चल रहा है कंपनी में. Do the same and do the most important thing you could do. Ask ये जो मैनेजर है, ये जो बंदा है या ये जो बंदी है जो मेरे मैनेजर बनेंगे, how are they, कैसे है, if possible, I beg of you to do that, because your manager is more important than the company you join in a lot of ways. Your manager decides whether your stint is a success or a failure. Your manager decides your mental health. Your manager decides sometimes, unfortunately, even your physical health, right? So जितना हो सके फाइंड आउट कि यार वो मैनेजर अच्छा है कि नहीं, वो टीम वाला मैनेजर है या अपना खुद का ही देखता रहता है, थोड़ा हटेला है, या मतलब ही इज़ अ वेरी गुड और शी इज़ अ वेरी गुड लीडर. अंडरस्टैंड, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, फाइंड आउट कि वो टीम में कितना लोग जल्दी जल्दी निकल रहा है, और आर पीपल स्टक ओवर देयर फॉर मेनी ईयर्स बिकॉज दे रियली लाइक इट, right? How is the manager to work with? That is another thing that you need to look at, right? So folks, another thing which I would highly recommend is overall, related to this, look at the work culture. I want you to ask people, find out, go online, check on glassdoor.com, AmbitionBox, जो भी देखना है आपको. Please go and find out what is the work culture like, because money is not the only thing. Money is not the only thing. You will regret joining a place. Within 3 months you will leave that bloody place and पैर के बीच में, टांगों के बीच में पूंछ लटका के आप वापस आओगे. Okay, to your previous company की प्लीज मुझे वापस ले लो, मुझसे गलती हो गई, छोड़ के जाना. Leverage you lost, you've lost your face, बेइज्जती हो गई आपकी अलग. So that's the thing, right? So find out what is the work culture of the company that you're joining. If you're okay with like a bad work culture, completely fine. If you are like यार ये नहीं जमेगा at this point of time, then avoid it as much as possible, because bad work culture does not improve. It just does not, right? And like culture eats strategy for breakfast is not a lie. It is extremely important. You live and learn. I have seen it. Culture is extremely important. Please don't muck about. Understand, like I would any day work for a company which says तुम दिन का 12 घंटा काम करोगे बट तुम सिर्फ 5 दिन काम करोगे, सैटरडे संडे कोई तुमको टच नहीं करेगा. आई एम कंप्लीटली फाइन विद दैट. बट इफ आई हैव अ कंपनी विच लाइक 8-9 आवर्स एवरी डे, बट सैटरडे को भी 3-4 घंटा हो सकता है, संडे को भी 1-2 घंटा हो सकता है. एब्सोल्युटली नॉट. So person to person hota hai. So you have to understand what is the work culture of that place. You have to genuinely understand what is the work culture of that place. That is extremely important for you. So keep that in mind. You know, is that like a high ownership environment? रात भर मीटिंग्स होती है, या फिर उसका नाइट शिफ्ट है या डे शिफ्ट है, आपको वो देखना पड़ेगा. कुछ लोगों का वैसा भी होता है, राइट? सो अनदर थिंग विच यू कैन रियली डू, which is very easy, is you just go on, you know, LinkedIn, and you search for that company, and at the bottom, once you scroll, you know what you're going to find? You're going to find the average tenure of any employee in this company. Now, it's not exactly the perfect metric, but it's a decent metric. For example, see, sometimes it gets skewed, right? Like there are companies who had like 100 people companies, suddenly in 4 months they are 200 people, right? So the average tenure will obviously get down, but in most cases that is not the case. So find out कि यार ये लोग सिर्फ 18 महीना काम करते हैं यहाँ पे, या 5 साल एक जगह पे रहते हैं, या हर 1 साल में निकलते हैं. So if there are companies where the average tenure is very low, you have to ask yourself, why is that? Because good places people stick around, bad places people leave. So please keep that in mind, right? So yeah, once again folks, you know, if you have any questions or comments, please put it in the chat, and we can talk about it, right? So there is that. Other things that I will say is definitely look at the financials of the company. Okay, please see कि यार ये लोग, you know, like इनका ये लोग लॉस मेकिंग है, प्रॉफिट मेकिंग है, इन्होंने फंडिंग ले रखा है या नहीं ले रखा है, और डिड दे टेक फंडिंग एंड देन दे लेड ऑफ पीपल? व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन? फाइंड आउट व्हाट इज इट. हैव दे टेकन डेट? इफ देयर अ पब्लिक कंपनी, उनके तो फाइनेंशियल्स आपको मिल जाएगा फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्ट में. You can check it out. I'm not saying this will determine your future, but for startups, if you're joining a small company, extremely important, if possible, that you go out and check out, right? Like exactly how the company is performing and so on and so forth, right? So my house party is going to start in the next 5-10 minutes. I think people have already started coming in. If you have any comments, please let us know, right? Do find out what the CEO is saying, you know, or the founder is saying, because वो लोग comment section में मतलब wow, no, because in the news they keep on giving sound bites. Okay, the founders and the CEOs and all, they keep on giving sound bites out there. They're coming. Yes, I'm coming. 2 minutes, please. Sorry. So what is the language that they're using? What is the future of this company, and so on and so forth? What are the product lines that you're looking at, and so on and so forth? Look at the competitors. कि ये जो competition होता है आप वो कंपनी का, वो कंपनी उसको खा जाएगा competition को, या वो अपने आप basically you know, like they're leading. Because if they have a flimsy product, they have bad customer support, and so on and so forth, it's pointless, right? Like you need to understand that, you know, कि you are joining a company that is healthy. If you're joining an unhealthy company, अगर regulatory pressures है, for example, right now, the Indian government came up with a law which basically just, you know, made some companies illegal, right? They just straight up made some companies illegal. वो online betting वाले जो companies होते हैं, उनको सीधा illegal बना दिया उन्होंने. So and unfortunately so many people lost their jobs. So it is extremely dangerous, right? So keep that in mind कि regulatory issues है कि नहीं वहाँ पे. And last but not the least, please see कि भाई ये work from home है, hybrid है, full time है, क्या है? Because if you have a full-time job, you will be spending in relocation, you will be spending in traveling, you will be spending in rent, and so on and so forth. So please, I beg of you, keep that in mind, right? It is extremely important you keep that in mind, right? And see, lastly, I would say, see कि आपको यहाँ पे managerial experience मिलेगा कि नहीं, if you're a young person, because as you keep going up, अगर growth है promised, then you will do very, very well, right? That's my only thing. So these are like the 15-16 things which I really want you to check out when you are evaluating a job offer, right? So that was me, that was Paul Kibol. I have to drop off now. My guests are arriving for my house party, and I'm sorry, but if you have anything else you want to put it, please put it in the comment section. I will answer, I promise. Like, comment, subscribe. This is Paul Kibol. See ya.